How many great new business and or product ideas have you ever had? I'll bet you've had some. Most of us have. That's awesome. Now I'm going to ask you a tough question. What have you done with those ideas? For almost all of us, that answer is not much. It's alright, I understand, and I'm going to talk about that in today's video. There's an old saying that's credited to the famous inventor Thomas Edison that goes like this: genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Oh man, was he right. Take me for example. I've had my fair share of great new product ideas over the years, but I can count on one hand how many I've actually pursued to completion. Why is that? Now I've got my reasons
excuses
as to why those products didn't get completed. Let's see. Not enough time, that's a biggie. Not enough money, that's a valid reason. Too risky, yeah, that makes sense. Too hard. Now let's talk about that one. Listen to this scenario and tell me if it sounds familiar. You or someone you know will see a TV commercial advertising some new product for sale, and you or they will point to the screen and say, "Hey, that was my idea. They stole it from me." Really? Did they steal it, or was it ever really yours to steal? Here's what probably really happened. They started with that idea that they had, or even somebody else's idea that had never been fully developed, and they did all the tremendous amount of work that had to be done to turn that idea into something that they are now earning millions of dollars selling on TV. That 1% to which Thomas Edison referred to as the inspiration part, that 1% had to be followed up by the 99% of perspiration that it took to turn that idea into a finished product. That's the real reason why so many of our great ideas get stolen by somebody else. It takes a whole lot of work to make these things happen, and most people are not willing to do all that work. Like I said earlier, there are plenty of reasons why people don't go through with pursuing these ideas to completion, and it's up to each of us to decide if we are willing to overcome these reasons. So what's the good news? The good news is it is possible and even realistic to believe that you can turn your ideas into products that you can sell. With the tools and services that are available to just about everyone these days, it is easier than ever to take a product idea and turn it into something that you can sell. How easy it is a matter of individual perception, because what's considered easy or hard is up to each of us to decide. But you know what else is cool about that 1%, 99% quote? If you are one of those people that does carry out all that hard work to get your product to market, you've just built yourself a pretty nice barrier to anyone else coming along and stealing your idea. Because as you now know from watching this video, that 99% perspiration part is pretty discouraging to a lot of people. I'm going to leave you with one more quote and a reference to a great speech you can look up on YouTube. They're both by Art Williams, who is a very successful businessman. He once said, "I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it." And finally, if you've never seen it before, you should definitely look up this speech he gave called "Just Do It." It's a great inspiration for almost anything you may have thought about pursuing. And thanks for watching this video.